With Frisco's involvement with national athletic programs, there will likely be pressure to implement a so-called ERO Ordinance, or more commonly called bathroom bills, that we've seen in Houston and nearby here in Plano. Would you commit to presenting any extension of existing civil rights protections to the voters of Frisco?
So first of all, I need to tell you that I am a Bible-believing follower of Christ, and from what I stand, what the Bible says is truth of what is a true marriage in that sense. So that's where I stand on that issue, and that doesn't change. In that, I don't believe we need an ERO ordinance here. I would not support one having here. There's no if and ors or buts about that.
I would definitely have to look at each individual information that comes in on a case-by-case situation. As an attorney, I cannot make any kind of a judgment call or render an opinion on that until I know some more information. I know that it did cause an uproar down in Houston where I moved from regarding going into the ladies' restroom. And over in the Plano, they had some arguments about that as well. And the McKinney Tea Party did take a stance on that. But I would have to look at it on a case-by-case and see what the voters wanted to have. As you know, we have to go by what the voters want. And only by getting all the input from both sides, from all the information, would I be able to make a rational decision on that.
Definitely. So one of the things that worries me is you look at places like Plano where that ERO happened. You look at places like Houston, but Plano worries me specifically, and that's the importance of local elections. So you look at a place where there's two really strong conservatives on the council that'll fight against that and make sure that goes to the voters. That's a good thing, except for the fact that where's the rest of that conservative leadership? When you look at a place where they elect great conservative state representatives, that means that the people weren't paying attention to local races and making sure there are people who are going to watch out for the values there. As a conservative, there's no way I would support that. However, I would be okay with sending it to the citizens, because at the end of the day, the citizens are ultimately in charge.
I would not extend any additional civil rights protection than what we already have to our current voters. I believe that what we have now protects us. I'm very concerned, and that's part of what my role on the First Liberties Board has been, with protecting the First Amendment rights of our citizens, and that's the right to worship as we choose. The First Amendment says that not only can the government not make a law establishing a religion, but it may not prevent you from practicing as you see fit. Extending civil rights to additional groups could do that for people, especially Christians. That's what we've seen in Houston.
That's a good question. That I would say that I would have to learn a little bit more about that, honestly, to answer the question properly. But that's one thing that I can always say, is that if I am not 100% sure of all the sides of an issue, I'm not going to give an answer and take a stand without understanding the issue 100%. So on that issue, I would say I would need to look at it, look at all the sides of it, and again, make a judgment that's best for Frisco and best for the people of Frisco.